Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to Nemi's Crafty Cafe in Cooks Creek, Manitoba. This is Nemi Batstone and I'm just located 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg and I've just made it. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that I actually made it on time, which is impressive considering the doctor's office was 45 minutes behind schedule. Which always seems to be the case, right? Like whenever you go in there, you hope to get in there quickly, and of course you just don't. And ta-da! But luckily the traffic was light and I was able to get home. So here we are. Instead of 9 o'clock, it is 12 o'clock. And I hope that you are able to catch the replay either here or on my YouTube channel. And if you are here joining me right now, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or heart or say hello so then I know everything's working well. And don't forget to share because then you'll be entered to win the draw for at the end of this week. Oh, and I forgot to, my crazy weekend, I forgot to do the draw. Okay, so I will post that today. So just a few reminders, if you are part of my birthday bingo bash, it is this Friday. Super excited, been busy prepping for it. 3 cards are kitted, 1 more card to go. And then I'm also doing my DSP share, and then we have Monday May's craft along coming up. So I've got a lot to share and I'm hoping to share it all with you next week so you know what's coming up in May. I'm busy working hard to get ahead and give you everything you need so you know what to do. Okay, so I'll be back lots of time. So Global Design Project 544 is Case the Designer, and this time we're casing Wendy Weixler, I'm going to say. And her project focuses on using designer series paper as a stamp. So you can see here, she's stamped the image and then she's layered on designer series paper to give it that pop and give it that little pattern inside there. And then used a simple sentiment and did some paper, what do we call it? Paper tearing per se. Paper texture along, and so we'll do the same, and then yeah, that's the project. So product of the month, I really struggled with this one and actually worked out okay when I made my decision yesterday because today's project kind of worked out with the theme. If I can, oh yeah, it's on my I'm just trying to find the envelope. Where did I put it? Sorry, I got in the door like literally 3 minutes ago and then just said to my husband, I'm doing a Facebook Live, so don't come in. But this week we're going to feature Flowers Fair. This does not come with a punch or dies. It is literally a standalone stamp set. And it's what we like to also call a background stamp because it literally covers one whole block and literally just covers the entire page. And you can also use it with whatever you want, whether it's got a nice big image, so you can definitely use it for scrapbooking and then as well as any 3D projects you may have. So it's so big that I literally put it here on my stampin' positioner, and it's currently at an angle because our stampin' positioner has this great tool where you can tuck your card into a corner and then you don't have to use your magnets. Because our image is so large and doesn't necessarily cover the whole piece, then I have nowhere to stick my magnets. So this tool in the corner works really well. Now, if you have a Misty, it has a corner that you can tuck it into. If you're using any other stamping tool and it doesn't have certain features, then you can just put double-sided tape down or repositionable tape onto your base and then hold your cardstock down. Okay, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. And it is literally, it's about 4.5 by 5 3/4. So that's pretty big, but it's very pretty. And I thought it would be perfect for spring, which is, you know, supposed to be here. But today it's sunny and super windy. Like my car was literally pulling on the highway. Crazy. Okay, so I used a 4-inch wide on my card, and you can see it barely fit when you had to angle it. So I'm gonna cut this down to 5 1/4. So this is a piece of white willow, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And now I think I'm going to remove another 1/4 of an inch just so that it can position itself on there. So I'm going to cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5. So if you have a standard piece, you're just literally taking off a 1/4 inch. And then you'll see, you'll get a little bit more exposure, and we don't have to trim. So I had to trim off my edges here to make it fit at an angle. So likewise, I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper. And this designer series paper, let's see if I have it handy, is the same designer series paper we used last week, which is Delicate Whispers, I believe. And let me see if I have it. I may not have it handy per se. I should have pulled it out, but again, I was gone and then I rushed back in. And I know it's here somewhere. But anyway, this double-sided paper has the beautiful bronze going through it all. And I shared that with you yesterday. And has all these other gorgeous patterns. Like this one's my favorite, the linen look. And it looks so gorgeous with everything. I thought I have a DSP share to help me, but it's buried underneath all my stuff because I did so much this weekend. I was die cutting like crazy. I was cutting paper like crazy. And then in between that, we had an impromptu birthday brunch celebration here at my house. And we had soccer at 7:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, exhausting. So, you know, I had to nap yesterday. Actually, we all napped. Like all 4 of us took a nap yesterday because that's how tired we were from the weekend. Okay, so here we go. So we have that. And then we also have a card base. So our card base is your standard 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we're just folding that over. So then that gives us our card base, and then we're gonna create. Okay, so what else did I use? Yes, okay, so we're gonna start first. We're gonna start with stamping and get all our stamping out of the way. And then, okay, these cards are for May. So in May, I'm also doing a technique and template class with Dee Slater and Rachel. So the 3 of us always like to collaborate and offer 1 or 2 big events every quarter. So our quarter is we're doing techniques. And so we're using pastels, and we're using inks, we're using brayers, we're doing some masking. So my 2 projects involves these 2 designs. And so I'm going to show you how to mask and blend as well as use a brayer to create some fun projects. So watch for that. That is coming up shortly. And, oh, there it is. So I was right. Oh, it's Delicate Dreams. I thought it was Delicate Whispers. But I think Delicate Whispers is the entire suite. But that is what we're playing with. So I'm going to use this blue hydrangea hue to make our background, to do our flowers. Okay, so we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna just make sure that's flush. Hold that down. So like I said, we're gonna take our paper and tuck it here in the corner. And there's a nice triangle marker in my stamping tool here that tells me where to put my paper. So I just literally slide that there, and I can see where everything kind of falls in place. So just gotta make sure it's all touching. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my stamping tool, and it sits promptly on top there, and we're just going to literally add some black ink to this. So, and I'm gonna smoosh it as much as I can, and if I need to stamp it a second time, I can stamp it a second time because we're using a stamping tool. And it should stay. Like, I don't think I had, yeah, like I had this one little corner way up here, like literally way up there, I think. See? Like that's pretty much all I have room for with regards to using a magnet. And that's pretty tight because this background stamp takes up like everything in a good way. Okay, so let's keep stamping. I just wanted to show you that. And I'll leave that there. And my other magnet, as you can see here, is off to the side. And it worked out just fine this morning when I did it. And I don't know why I slurred my morning, but I did. Okay, probably because I didn't have my second cup of coffee. Instead, I made a tea to go, which was way too hot to drink on the way in. So that really sucked. Okay, so we're gonna just lay that on top. And then with this tool, all I do is I push down. For some of you, you may have a hinge. So then just flip your hinge and lay it down. And then I'm just gonna stamp away. I'm using my Stamp-O-Majig because I don't want to use all that pressure from my hand, which, you know, takes up a lot and, you know, it's painful sometimes. Okay, so I missed that middle flower. Actually, that doesn't even matter because we're just gonna cover it up. What am I thinking? So I don't really need to stamp that again. But we have to do it a second time with designer series paper. So that's our first. So we're gonna take, and I'm not gonna do it again because I already have. We're gonna take a piece of designer series paper. And which one did I use? Oh, I might be out. There might be none in this pack anymore. Oh no, it's right here. So we're gonna do the same thing again by taking a piece of designer series paper and sticking it here. Any designer series paper you like. I chose this one because it's got hydrangea hue and I wanted to show you all the new in colors because I'm running an in color club. So now you can see what some of the colors look like. And then we're gonna take this, same thing we did last time, and that is just 2 seconds ago, is ink this all up. And then we're gonna flip it again and we're gonna repeat the same process. Bam, right? I'm not gonna do it because I already did it twice. Okay, so now that that's done, so then we're going to take that piece, and what I did was I started fussy cutting all the flowers that match. So it looked exactly like this. And then all I did was start fussy cutting all the flowers that match. And they all go right here, like this. Oh, I did miss right there. Okay, so we're gonna do it again because it did. I missed a few spots and you're gonna see those. So let's do that again. So we are gonna do it again. But this time, like so, stick that in there. And now I know where my magnet can go. And again, but we're just gonna ink up the middle because that's where we missed, right in the middle. And it was, which leaf? Let's see, make sure I got the right leaf. I think so. And then I'm just gonna lay that down on top and gently push, and it was right here. Okay. Oh, it's screwed up. I was slightly off. Sometimes that happens and I freaking hate it when I do that. So we're just gonna flip it over. You know what? I'm gonna introduce you to the new hybrid ink too while I'm here. I might as well. So this is Memento and it probably needs some re-inking. But we also have, if you want to add this to your list, the new hybrid basic black. And it's supposed to replace both Stays On and Memento because it allows you to use all the different types of media. So whether you're using alcohol markers or watercolors, whichever, this is supposed to replace and allow you to use as you need. And I'm gonna share this again too during our techniques and templates class. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty dark. And then I'm gonna drop that down. Oh, I can see it's not that dark right there. Maybe it's got like a bit of a indent on my stamp set. Maybe that's what it was. But I didn't have that problem with the other ones. Oh, hello, Shell. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's go with Flowers Fair and stamp this baby again. Maybe I will stamp the other one. Okay, because it doesn't really take much to make a second or third card. Oi, it didn't go as dark as I wanted it to. Okay, oh, whoa, boo-boo. Okay, let's try that again. So that's what's nice about the stampin' tool is when you're doing something this big, you can use your Stamparatus, Misty, whatever you got. Just use whatever tools you have. Okay, let's see if we can get it a second time. There we go. Did you see me do that? Okay, go ahead and laugh because I just dropped my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig on top of my ink stamp, which was hilarious. Okay, I'm not winning here, and I seriously think it's the stamp set. But I don't recall having this much problems this morning, so... Or maybe I did, and I just didn't notice. Or it could be because I stuck that magnet there. There's a few things I did differently compared to this morning. Not as pretty. Not as pretty. I don't like it. So let's cut a third piece. Oh my. When I say third, it's because I did it this morning already, and it turned out just fine. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong this time around. So I'm just here to the side cutting another piece, and I'm not impressed. So, and that's not really selling our product right now either, is it? Okay, so let's try this again. And I'm gonna show you, let's see what happens if I re-ink this. Maybe that's all it needs, is it needs more re-inking. And my re-inker isn't here, which means it's somewhere on the floor somewhere. It's somewhere on the floor, somewhere on the floor. Because I dropped it, that much I know. And it was here. Okay, found it. Let's see. Sometimes that is what happens. So I'm gonna add more ink. And I remember, like, I've been having to re-ink this quite often lately. But it could be because I'm also using it a lot. And then I have a bone folder that I use. Specifically, that's why it's dirty. Specifically for these situations. Then I just wipe it with a paper towel, but I'll do that later. And let's try this again. That was terrible. What's going on? I'm gonna move this. Maybe that's what it was. Who knows? Because I did not have this problem this morning. Oh, now that's real dark. Maybe. Or not. Who knows? This is definitely going to get stained. In a good way. I'm not concerned. Okay. Let's see. That's a lot of new ink on there. I hope. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to press. Oh, it's pretty light right there. I see it already. I see it, I see it, I see it a lot. Okay. Is everyone enjoying that wind today? It is crazy. So that's not too bad, but again, I still have that one spot which just doesn't want to seem to, for some reason, impress. That's a little better. Maybe it's because I kept adding more ink. That was the issue. Because now it's stamped beautifully. Right here. Okay, that looks good. Maybe that was my problem. I put too much ink. Okay. Learn as you go. Now that you've seen 3 different mistakes of mine, don't do what I just did. Okay, because, you know, that's how we learn. This is why I do what I do. Look at that. Terrible. Okay, so, and then you do it a third time. Really, it's only 2 times. And then these go on top. So I left 1 flower just to show you how I fussy cut, because look, you can see we stamped the whole image. So I just take my paper scissors, and when you cut, you don't want a border. So you want to cut as close as you can or right on top of that black line, because you'll have the black outline on the flower anyway. So here you can see that I'm just moving along that black line. And then the other thing is you need precision, really good scissors. This is not your standard envelope scissors or cutting scissors. You need precision scissors. We call these paper snips, and I believe they're coming back, thank goodness. And you can also see too, I don't move my scissors, I move the paper. And like, you need really good paper snips because you need to get into those corners. If you just use a standard, you know, kitchen or everyday scissor set, you won't get into those really tight, intricate spots. Okay, so there. So you saw me do that, and that was more for people who are beginners. And now that just fits right there, as you can see. Right there. And then, so I'm slightly off a bit. And then this one fits over here. We've got one there. Oh, we have a little one up there. And then, did I miss one? Oh, maybe. Oh, there it is. Oh, so wrong spot. That one goes there. And this one goes here. Okay. Pretty darn close. There we go. So I was like slightly different in size there, but otherwise looks good. Love it. Okay, so then the rest of it, you can either scrap or add to the other flowers. So now all we need to do is color this in. So I'm just going to use our new color called Peaceful Pine, and I'm going to use that to do all the leaves. So I'm just going to add simple strokes in here and literally color all the leaves. So this might be an annoying part to watch me sit here and color all this, but I really wanted to show you how to stamp the image and what not to do, apparently, because it's a pretty big image. And we've had quite a few of these throughout the year. I think one of my favorite ones is the Starburst, and the plaid checkered one. So that one, and those are obviously retired, and I still have. What are some of your favorite background stamps? You must have a collection or quite a few yourself. So if you do, please do share, because then, you know, it might be something some of us may want to look for and add to our collection. Okay, so I know could be some comments popping up, but I'm just trying to get all this coloring done. Now you can also do these leaves in different colors. I just wanted to show you, oh, look at my terrible coloring, the new in colors. So you have hydrangea blue, which we used from the DSP, and then now we're using Peaceful Pine. So there's only going to be one color that I really don't use at all. Can you guess which color? Okay, and then while you're doing this, because I'm trying to go quick here, you're gonna want to make sure you have a color lifter nearby as well. Because if you make boo-boos like I just have been, you can use your color lifter to fix those edges where the ink has gone past the line. It's like, there's so many little flowers. I might just do this after, but I think I'm almost done. There's a couple of lines here. Did I miss one anywhere? Tell me if I missed a leaf. Feel free to leaf me. Oh, right there in the center. Oh, there's a dictionary stamp, background stamp. That would be a good one too. Because all we have now are those little stamp sets, and then you kind of have to do it all. Okay, I think we're done. Now you can also take the dark. Oh, I missed a little itty bitty one right here. Probably missed a few. So you could take your dark and then add in some lines here to highlight some of these veins. And if you want to, you can just go back and, oh, I missed one right here. And blend that in a bit more. And the thing is with blending pens, I'm sure if you have not yet used them, regardless of what brand you use, because there's tons out there, but I like our Stampin' Blends because it's only 2 tones and I can deal with 2 tones. Anything extra is too confusing for me. Is the more you use it, the darker it gets. Stem and leaf on large flower, like that one I just got. Did I miss one? Stem and leaf on right large flower. Oh, was that one? I think I got it all. I think so. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the, what you call this? Barely Blush. So we got Barely Blush, and we're gonna color that in here. Okay, and we're gonna flick this. So I do have a question, and I don't think anyone's answered it yet. Maybe it's because they don't want to. But I was actually thinking of switching to YouTube and just doing all my videos there. But I know there is still a ton of Facebook users. But I find that Facebook has not been very nice with maintaining. Well, first off, every video only stayed there for 30 days. After that, they delete them. So I literally have to, after every video, oh, I missed a leaf. After every video, I literally download it and then upload it to my YouTube channel because I can't stream to two platforms at the same time. My system here just does not allow me to do that. You're good with YouTube or Facebook. Thank you, Shell. And then I'm taking the black now, and wherever those lines are, which Stampin' Up! Is great at giving us for shading lines, you can add that in there. And you can go back and blend if you want, but these are small enough I don't have to. And I add my own little shading here and there as well. So, there we go. Like so. And I said I missed a leaf. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. And then I'm going to grab Golden Glow. It's got a cool name, Golden Glow. And we're just going to color in the closed ones. Like they're not as open of a flower. So the only color I haven't used in this design is Crisp Cantaloupe. Crisp Cantaloupe. Then I'm going to take the dark and add in some shading here. Add in some shading. And I'm also going to use it for the little nubby on the bottom. And I'm going to use it all the nubbies in the flowers. Like so. There. Ta-da! I think I missed a flower down here. Just a wee one. It's like half off. There we go. I think we're done. Voila, voila. If you do them on YouTube, it is a lot less work for you. And yes, they are permanent. And plus I can put them in, like I put them in playlists and to do that and make your life easier, all that jazz. So it is a lot of fun. So now we can take these and find its home again. I think that was this one. And now you just add some adhesive to the back. I know, nubby. Technical term. It is a very strong technical term, nubby. What else do you call them? Aren't they the cutest? I think we come up with the best technical terms in crafting, you know? So now you just glue them down. Now another option you can do is you can take some glue dots. I'll show you. Maybe on this one here, which is this one. And you can add a couple glue dots and give it some lift. I just kind of slurred a bit, lift. There, so it pops up a bit. And then this one, because it's right on the edge, I'm gonna leave it. Is it that one? Oh yeah, it's just slightly off. I guess I should have used my silicone mat. There we go. And then what I really like about this cool hydrangea pattern is the different, how you can see flowers stamped within, and the different shades of hydrangea hue that's kind of splattering throughout. So there we used, and then we can do, I think that's this one, or is that this one? Oh, that one goes up there. So that one I popped, so I don't think I'll pop another one. I'll leave it all flat and leave that. Yeah, okay, maybe. It's gonna look kind of dumb, I think. So let's use minis on this one because it's so small. Now, the other thing you can do in case somebody looks at the side of your card, you can take your, the same color and just outline the edges so that when your card, when your piece has dimensionals on it and they look in, they can see this outline there. They wouldn't see the middle as much because you have dimensionals, but in case somebody peeks, then you don't see, like really, it's not even. So here I did white, so you can kind of see that it's white. Hello, Kathy, thanks for joining. Scooch Smidge Judge. So true. And then you can see here, I did blue, so you can kind of see it peeking out as blue underneath, whereas here it's white. Yes, there's so many bone folders, like who calls that bone folder? And then you have like burnish, so many cool, funny sentiments we have, or words we use in stamping. In paper crafting to begin with, right? Okay, so I'm just doing this. Or you can just, you know, color the whole thing if you want. That's another option, if you're in the mood. It depends on your mood, right? So I prefer the brush end on everything. And I wouldn't even put any texture, like you're literally just coloring. So there's no need to really blend it in. So isn't that, like, it looks purpley, doesn't it? It looks very purpley. But then when you once it dries, it looks more like a blue. So, oh, hello, Barb. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we're going to use dimensionals on that one. Is that the right one? Yep. Just making sure. So I can stick that there, and I'm going to put a big one on the other end. Make my life easier. Okay. Oops, missed it. Then we'll just trim. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this last one down. So we have those 3 popped, and then the other ones. I don't know if she popped any on hers, on Case of Design. I didn't really look. Okay, so there we go. I mean, you could do the opposite. You could also die cut all of these flowers, color them, and pop them up instead if you wanted to. So we have this side here sticking out. We have this side here sticking out, this side, and this side. Okay. And then she, what do you call it? De-stressed or stressed each of the ends. So this is where you just take your scissors, any scissors you have. And here we've got double, so we're just gonna, we popped this up. So we're gonna do the flower and the paper. And we're gonna mess up those edges so that way you see it going through. Oh my gosh, it's really warm in here. getting hot and I'm wearing a sweater. That's probably why, because I'm wearing a sweater. But my goodness, I had to go to Health Science Center today for my appointment. And I can't believe the doctor was 45 minutes behind schedule. Or was I just crazy? I have to take my sweater off. I'm hot. Okay, so that's that. And then I like to, whenever I distress that, I like to just bend my ends some more. Because it just to make it really look like it's worn. You know what? I'm going to show you a card. So get ready for a sneak peek for Friday. So Friday, we're going to create cards in between bingo. And this is one of the cards we're creating. So here you can see I did the same technique, which was kind of funny. Did the same technique on all the layers to create this card. So that's what we're doing this week. So sorry, I would actually be promoting normally that, hey, there's still spots, and there isn't. We're full. We're full. We're sold out. Super excited. So this weekend I made some lemon bars, and my hubby's gonna make me my favorite cookies, so I can bring those, which is just chocolate chunk. I'm a very big, simple, easy chocolate chunk. Although, when we first met, I told him my favorite cookie was peanut butter. And so he made me peanut butter cookies. And I was like, but we can't have peanut butter cookies because my son is allergic. So through the years, I'm so used to not having it anymore. So yes. Okay. Shell says hello to Kathy and Barb. Awesome. I love that you guys are using my site for that. Okay, now I'm going to do something else crazy. Are you ready? I know. So I'm going to crinkle the paper even more by just squishing it in my hand. I don't know if she did this, but this is what I like to do. And it looks like she might have, but it just pairs really well with that stress. Like you don't even really see it once it's under there, but it's there. Okay, so then that's going to go on our card base. And seriously, we're almost done. Dun, 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 dun. Let's clean up a bit because they're all in my way. So this is our card. Peanut butter chocolate chip with oatmeal. Children's, yeah, that one's a gooder. Oh, that sounds so delicious. So I have this whole peanut butter mix, which really is supposed to be, well, it's advertised from Utoffi as an ice cream topper. And I'm like thinking, can I bake that in a cake? So I'm trying to decide what cake that would taste really good in. And I would bring it this weekend, like this Friday, to bingo, because like I can't have it here in the house. I mean, my son isn't anaphylactic or anything. Like, don't think that I'm, but because he's, if he touches it or he eats it, then it becomes an issue. But any other time, he can be right beside it and nothing will happen, right? Like, and having it airborne doesn't matter either. So, okay, so we're just gonna flatten that. Oh yes, use dimensionals to add bottom DSP for more lift. What would that look like? That was this guy, right? So I put one here in the corner so that it would add more, and really it would just totally lift your card. And then it's sticking up here too, so I'm gonna add a DSP there. So then that way when it just goes in the mail, it won't be flat. So we're gonna add dimensionals to this layer. So that's why I didn't add that many there. So I'm just gonna take this big long strip here so I can just get rid of it and add it. And I'm just gonna add my other big long strip, get rid of it, add it over here. And then I'll just put a couple in the corner and then one in the middle. Okay, maybe two, just so that it lifts. There you go. So you can see how the alcohol marker bled through. And when you use the color lifter, just know that it's not really lifting color. It's actually pushing color through. So that's why you'll see lots of ink on the other side because that's what it does. There you go. We're almost done. So what I did now was I took Lovely Arrangements, which we featured a few weeks ago, and I chose to use the Sending Smiles and the Sentiment here because I wanted it to be a fun springy one. And then we're going to use Peaceful Pine because it's darker of all the 5 new in colors, and plus it matches the green leaves. And I'm just gonna make sure that that's inked well. Just gonna stamp this. Oh, I touched it already. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm like, maybe it's because like as soon as I walked in their door, I whipped off my jacket and came straight to my craft room. There we go. Cheerio. There we go. And then we're gonna just add that right about there, which is pretty much, I believe, what she did as well. She didn't do anything fancy or use anything fancy. We're just dropping that in. And I think I'm going to use dimensionals on this one too, so it's a little extra high. Just FYI. You got 2 layers of dimensionals. And then just stick that there. Okay. Ta-da! Looks good. So then, at least that's it. Like, you can add some embellishments. She did add some embellishments. So, where is... Since I'm sharing with you all the new in color, let's add some in color. This one in color? Nope. So, this one is... Oh, this one's in colors. So for In Color Club, you'll get your coordinating strips of this and this. And so I think we'll use the butterflies to add in here. And you know what? I'll use the cantaloupe ones because I did not use crisp cantaloupe because I used all 4 other colors and not that one. Look how pretty those butterflies are. So those are all the in colors. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they give you, I think, 1 set of clear. That's what it looks like. And then these are the actual dots in the color. So let's grab crisp cantaloupe, which is right here. And I'm going to stick one here where I've got some, well, you won't even see it. Kind of defeats the purpose. I'll put one there. I'll take the big one and stick it up here. And then maybe I'll take another small one and put it right about there. Then I have my other one over here, or maybe I'll drop it a bit down here by the sentiment so you see it more. So it's there, there, and there. You ordered more butterflies? I know, like we're only allowed on pre-order to order 2, I believe is our limited quantity. So I'm like, oh. So when it comes out on May 5th, I can guarantee you these are going to sell out. So if you want these, like I'm literally thinking of like literally ordering it all. So it's just so frustrating because I know everybody wants them and they are being offered for almost every In Color Club in the world. So it's going to be insane. I know that this is going to be an out of stock item. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so now that we finished that, I'm going to remind you to then take an envelope, any envelope you have, and take your piece and stick it on here. So you're going to grab some scrap. Yeah, right? So Shell is a demonstrator on my team, so she's being smart and enjoying the product before, because, you know, as demonstrators, we get it all earlier. So if you'd like that option, sign up with my team and get the starter kit and add it, because you can add pre-order items to your starter kit, which is awesome. And I'm going to tell you, those are going to be #1. Well, actually, all the in colors probably. But there is also a ton of new designer series paper that is just stunning. And I'm surprised at this point that it has not yet gone on back order. and which is great. So that means they're doing better at making sure we have inventory. But at the same time, when it releases to the world, and I mean the world, I can see that stuff going bye-bye. Because we're limited, right? We're only as demonstrators, we are limited. Consumables are limited to 2 packs, so that's a good thing. So they can't sell out quickly, and people can't stock up for their classes. So that's important as well. Okay, so there we go. There's our card. So this was my original, and you can see I shrunk it just a bit so that it fits better on the card. So we took a 1/4 inch off on each side, and that made it fit better on the front of the card. And then I added some butterflies, whereas here I added nothing. So either way works just fine. So I think it's perfect. And then we had some scrap left over, so of course we used it for our envelope here. So then that way it has coordinating envelope. You could also stamp on your card if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that today. Okay. And then the inside is yours. So I use Sending Smiles, and you can see how much lighter it gets. Look how dark it is here. Yeah, I'll show you. And then as it lightens up, the color changes. See, it's slightly lighter. So yeah, love it. Okay, that is it for today. Thanks for joining me later in the day. And then we'll be back again tomorrow morning on Tuesday at 9 a.m. I'll be on track. Have a great day and happy stamping.